one step that's really going to improve our ability to serve both the citizens of Oakland and their animals. And I'd like to urge the council to remember to pass the proposed budget amendments that the mayor has put forth, including $160,000 to continue the funding for the animal care attendant positions that were created in January, as well as the additional $400,000 that will be for the staffing that will be crucial for this transition to be a success. So please, I hope you will consider that in your deliberations and pass that budget forward. Thank you.
My name is Karen Vaughn, and I am an Oakland resident since 1985. I'm also the head of the Friends of Diamond Branch Library. And I almost decided not to say anything this evening because you've heard so many things about libraries. And they're all true, but there are two more things that I just wanted to share with you. One is the importance of the libraries for seniors in our area. The Diamond area has a lot of senior residents, and their home away from home is the Diamond Branch Library. And there's a whole lot of different senior programs that are offered for them that are unique and really irreplaceable. So these programs for seniors happen at all the branch libraries, not just at Diamond Branch. The second thing I wanted to mention is, in addition to these wonderful branches in the neighborhoods, you have got an incredible staff. What people love about Diamond Libraries are the Diamond staff. They are so helpful and caring, will do anything to help with any kind of concern that a client comes in and asks for. And so you really need to keep the libraries open and to continue supporting the staff. The last thing I'd like to say is that certainly I support Dan Kalb's proposal for $500,000 and Mayor Kwan. But in the long run, you really need to have a more sustainable form of funding for the libraries. Every 2 or 3 years, we kind of go through this, and it doesn't work. It's not fair to the staff, it's not fair to the community, it's not fair to yourselves. So please, in the long run, let's look for a better way to fund our wonderful public libraries. Thank you.
I'm Emily Rosenberg, and most of you know that I'm the co-founder of the Oakland Dog Owners Group. But what you don't know is that I used to be a City of Oakland librarian.
Yeah, every day.
So I do have broad interests, and I just want to support everything that's been said. I think you all know how important this is, and I think you're going to do everything you can to keep our libraries vital. I was very struck by Mr. Gardner's statement that we'd spent $200,000 working on a particular issue on funded, the one that Mrs. Cobb came to talk about. Right? The city administrator had invested a lot of money in that issue. You've also invested a lot of money in staff time and community time in setting up a new plan for a new type of animal shelter. So I'm here tonight to ask you to give the fully needed funding for that shelter. Without a commitment to that funding, the voting you did, the research you did, the staff time invested in the plan to make a standalone shelter will just go away. That money will be down the drain. We saw it happen when I was helping trying to get a dog park at Lake Merritt, and we worked 4 years of staff time and community time, and it just went away. All that effort went away. Don't let the staff time invested in creating the proper kind of animal shelter go away. Give it the funding it needs this year to succeed with an efficient and ethical staffing program. Thank you. Thank you.
And I'll continue calling names. Jared Kluger, Jenny Vita, Maura Moylan, Dana Studsky, Karen Lynn, Naomi Amy Martin, Gabe Cobb, Tracy Carter, Rana Alexi, John Connor, Kathleen Nagle, and Post Padilla. Laura Anderson, Barbara Carlino, Al Marshall, and Maria Steelman.
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 Steelman, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Steelman.
Whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Mayor, City Council, you guys should be getting used to see me by now. And I should at least be your favorite retired Oakland Raider in the Bay Area. At least. I know every time I come up here, I try to keep it really positive. Anyone can come up here and just negative it to death. That's the easy thing to do. Trust me, I get it here from the volunteers. But, last Tuesday, I know there's a lot of things going. I don't think you guys know what all is going on. I didn't know all the stuff that you guys did until I've been sitting in these meetings, and I commend you on that. That's a lot. But there's a lot of positive, since last Tuesday to today, there's so much positive stuff going on. I've got volunteers are talking about coming back, because I'm not sure if you know or not, the last 6 months we've lost a lot of them. And I stress to you how much the volunteers, every you hear all these stories, the Oakland Animal Shelter changes people's lives. I went in there 2 times, and I've been there for 10 years. And I just really want you guys to know that what you're doing, the actions that you've taken, is affecting a lot of people. It's not only affecting the animals, but it's also affecting the attitude. It's bringing in more volunteers. Some of them are holding off just to make sure it's going forward, but it's a really positive thing. And like I said, you can negative to death, and somehow or another I have to deal with all the negative stuff. But as you can see, I try to do things really positive. I don't really dwell on that. That's my job at the shelter, to keep things going. And people say negative feeds negative. It also works the other way around. There's so many positive, happy things going on. People are excited. They're starting to come back. That's contagious. So I just want to thank you guys for making it a priority. I know you guys have a lot to do, and hopefully I get to run for city council.
Good evening, council members. I'm Ginny Vida, a cat volunteer at the Oakland Animal Shelter. Just want to thank the council for all the work that you've done to propose changes to the budget and the structure of the Oakland Animal Shelter, and especially to Council Member Libby Schaaf for her leadership on this, my council member Noel Gallo, and Rebecca Kaplan. Thank you for your assistance as well, and all of you who have approved in previous meetings the establishment of the shelter as a standalone agency of Police City. It's wonderful news. And just want to thank you also for the funding that's been included, the retention of funding for the animal care attendants, and the additional $400,000 that will enable the shelter to hire not only the director, but also 2 shelter managers, one of whom will be responsible for overseeing the farming out some of the animals to other shelters and to rescue groups, so that we can find more homes for these adoptable animals. So thank you very much. I'm really thrilled at these proposals.
Good evening, City Council members and Mayor Kwan. Thank you for all the hard work that you have invested in improving our animal shelter. I've lived in Oakland for 10 years, and I've been involved in animal rescue for over 20. My beloved Shih Tzu Henry came from Oakland Animal Shelter. People are always amazed when I tell them that he came from Oakland Animal Shelter. They think that our shelter just has pit bulls in it, and I happen to love pit bulls. But there are many beautiful, wonderful dogs there that are waiting for good homes. I never thought I would see the day when so many shelters are adopting a no-kill philosophy. It is very important for the heart and soul of Oakland to fund this shelter adequately. We need programs for children to learn kindness and empathy through caring for animals. We need programs for the sick and the elderly so they can keep their companion animals. As Gandhi said, the greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Please continue to help the shelter thrive. Thank you.
Ma'am, your name, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Mara Moylan. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Amy Martin, and I'm an Oakland resident, District 3. I also work for the Oakland Public Library. I have for 6 years as a children's librarian, and I want to express my sincere thanks and appreciation tonight for the proposal to allocate $500,000 additional to the library's budget next year. I think, as others have said, it's a great first step in getting us toward closing the $3 million gap that we have to cover, and I'm excited to see what happens. I'll tell you a little bit about what I've done at the Oakland Public Library in the last 6 years, since we talked about libraries and public safety. Since I've been at OPL, I've done a lot of helping kids find books. I've done a lot of ordering the best new books that are out there. And I've come up with hours and hours of free after-school programming for neighborhood kids who are not always into it, but I do my best. I have also talked down mentally ill adults from states of severe agitation. I have helped young girls